Hi everybody, I'm Kirsty McKean from Nail Nails. In this video we are going to revisit one of my first videos, which was a stiletto, how to create a stiletto nail. We sculpted it, didn't we? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it again and see if I do anything different, because I've not watched that video. I don't think I ever watched it, to be honest. So I'm just going to do it how I do it now, and we'll see if it's any different. We'll see if I've got a bit better. So I would imagine I still did that. So I could put the tab on the back to double the thickness of the forms. So I'm going to close the tip there. So those first tabs there, right at the end, I'm going to close them to give us a nice point. I'm going to cut this, because if you can see, we're sitting quite low because everything's pushing out here. So I'm going to, the smile line's not exactly the same. So this smile here compared to this natural smile is slightly different. So I am going to take some scissors and just cut out these corners to make it slightly flatter. I'm going to roll this to match the curves of Andrea's nail. And then to get it a little bit higher, what I'm going to do, I mean this part needs to be a little bit higher. I'm going to do a few cuts. So I'm going to create a cut there, right where that nail starts to finish, and the same on the other side. Now when I've looked at that, those two lines there are my little markers. So this line here, I'm going to cut at a 45-degree angle there, and then I'm going to cut at a 45-degree angle there. So give it a wiggle again. You want to hold that sort of little curve, that pinch. And I'm going to close here. Oh, he's still straight. And we're going to close here. Make sure that form's closed into that stiletto shape. Now you can see what's happened now? See how much thinner this is here because we've cut out this part. So because we made these cuts, it's allowed for the skin of Andrea's chubby fingers to...
Sausage fingers.
The sausage fingers. That skin, that sausage finger is now not interfering with the sculpting form and making it flat and wide.
Oh my god!
Okay. She's not the only person with a sausage finger. You know, I've got a sausage finger as well.
I have sausage fingers.
You've got more like what are the German sausages called?
Bratwurst. Frankenfurter.
Frankenfurter.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You've got very sausagey hands, yeah.
Have I?
Yeah.
I'm probably
Very
good.
meaty.
I didn't know.
Very meaty sausage hands they are.
I didn't know I had sausage hands.
Yeah, sausage hands.
I'm good now.
So,
We've both found out
I
something
need to go to the
today,
hand.
haven't we?
I need to go to the hand gym.
Yeah.
so because I've cut that out, we can get the form nice and slim, and it fits better here. If you can see this, Adam. See how it's nice and snug against the natural nail. I have no idea if I did that on a previous video. Now the angle of the form, I want to show you the angles, all the sexy angles. So we're going to come straight out of this side wall, so that natural side wall there, and come straight, and we're going to go to about a number 4. So can you see how the form is actually sloping down? And that's what you want with a stiletto. So you'll have straight side walls. The shorter the nail, the greater the slope. The longer the nail, the less the slope down. So you don't want it kicking up, you want it slightly dropping down. And you can see that this tab at the back, I've got a little bit of excess, so I've pinched it there, and you can rock it over and over. That'll give you an extra tight pinch. That's not going to, that won't come undone. Then we're going to use the nail prep dehydrator. Dehydrate this nail. And then we are going to use the acid base primer. Let that disperse over the nail. If you don't want no chalkiness on that nail, then you know that it's dispersed over the entire nail. I am going to do it in natural beige, just because I love natural beige. I don't think that's changed over the years. I think I've always been a massive fan of natural beige.
I think that
warm
video
beige.
might have actually been natural beige, even though it's like 4 years ago or something.
Yeah. I'm going to use medium speed acrylic liquid, which is transparent. No reason that I want it transparent. I'm just using that because I don't want it too slow, but I don't want it too fast. So it's a nice medium speed, as it says on the bottle. You'll know when your primer is completely dry, because if you look at this nail now, we've gone back to a chalky consistency. Consistency? It's not a consistency, is it? A chalky finish. If you use the acid-free primer, you don't get that chalky finish. So you can see the difference there. So when we are creating a stiletto, I'm going to get a nice big bead, and I'm going to start at the free edge. I'm going to make contact with that natural nail, and then I'm going to bring this product to the very tip, because we're going to a number 4. Well, not the very tip, we're going to bring it to the number 4, like I did say earlier. At this point you can see that the product's starting to set a little bit, so it's easier to maneuver around, it'll hold, so you can get your side walls nice and straight. So the bulk is towards the tip, so that's away from the natural nail. Now when we put the next bead on, nice big bead again, tipping the finger down so it draws away from the cuticle area. Pop that on. I can then put this product where I want it by tapping. And then you can see it's starting to move down the nail. Gravity is a amazing thing. When it comes to nails, it's amazing. When it comes to bodily functions and
Bodily functions.
Body parts.
body parts,
Not good.
not good. Gravity isn't. But for nails. So we've done that in 2 beads. You can see I've got a nice soft apex. Now I did it in 2 beads because I wanted to sort of set at a very similar time so I can create a nice pinch. So this part here I did first because that will start setting slower, believe it or not, than this part, because this is attached to the finger and the finger is warm. It will make it set quicker. So in theory, they set at a very similar rate. So when it starts going matte, you can then test pinch it with your fingers, your thumb, your thumbs, fingers and thumb, or your thumbs. Then we're going to test pinch it with the pinching tool. So we're going to pop it on like that, and we're going to take it off, and we're going to make sure it's not collapsing all of the acrylic. You don't want it to squish the sides in. If it does that, it's game over. So that's why we test pinch it first. You don't want to just put it on and move on to the next nail and then come to it and it's all gone. Not good. So we're going to let the pinching tool do its thing. So I'm going to use my finger and thumb just to release the product from the sculpting foam, and we'll take that away. Damn, girl. Look at that. And most of that was done with the foam fit, to be honest, because we just put the pinching tool on and let it do its thing. We didn't over pinch it. So I'm going to do my normal filing routine. So I'm going to do side walls first. Get that nice and straight. I am using a 120 grit file. Nice and sturdy the files are. So you can create a lot of pressure, but you do need to support the nail when you are creating that pressure. You can also file from underneath like this. Then I'm going to go round the cuticle area, but I'm going to use a 180 grit file. Just so it's a bit softer and kinder on Andrea's skin. I know that Andrea's skin cuts so easily. She's got like proper baby skin. So thin. I don't know if it's...
How do you know cutting baby skin's dead easy?
Well, I'm saying baby skin because it's really soft. Really, she's got old skin because that's why it's so thin.
Yeah, probably right.
I'm only joking.
She's going to change our Facebook handle to Sausage Finger Old Skin.
I do. I love Andrea. She can take the banter. Some people can't take the banter, can they? They take.
No,
you know,
I
people
can't.
are so easily offended nowadays.
No, well, I'm not.
No, I know you're not. Right. So then I'm gonna contour the top surface. So as I file this, I can see if there's any little dips. So we see that little dip there.
Your hair coming in. Can't see it.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a dip here, see how that's not touching the file. So as I file it, it wasn't touching it, but the more I file it, it will, and it'll just smooth it out. So I'm only filing from the apex down. I'm not filing the apex at this point. I'm contouring the length. Then we can do a little bit of work on the apex if it's needed. Checking the barrel view. So I'm always looking down the nail as well to check that all those sexy curves are symmetrical. Where's my dusting brush? So I'm just, when I'm looking at this, I'm looking at the thickness to see if it's thin enough. Got a nice point, but it's not too deadly. It's actually wearable. Don't want Andrea to be, you know, mutilating anybody.
Or yourself.
Or yourself. Right, let's give this a buff. Make it smooth. I'm supporting the nail again. Always supporting the nail. Yay, support the nail! Go, Team Nail! I'm going to wipe over with some acetone. Just to smooth that top surface, and it'll also take off any dust. And then we're going to top coat. Pop me that in the lamp. Now I'm going to use some vanilla cuticle oil. Go underneath. Rub that in to Andrea's sausage fingers. But, you know, considering Andrea's got sausage fingers, like many of us do, this nail, this stiletto nail, now has transformed that finger into a gorgeous, slender finger, I think.
Yes,
Don't
it
you?
does. Yeah, doesn't look sausagey-fied now.
Right, so let's have a look at how I've done it before. So let's go on the YouTube channel. So no nails. Let's have a look. Whereabouts will it be, Adam?
Just search Neo Nails Stiletto.
Okay.
And it'll be the top. I think it's your most viewed video. It's got like 12.5 million views, I think. There we go.
12 million views. What? That's amazing. Oh God, look at the old intro. Hi, I'm Kirsty Meakin from Neo Nails, and on this video I'm going to show you how to do a stiletto shaped nail using acrylic.
Right, pause. Let's just talk about the intro.
Yeah, it's like, not you.
I know.
It's not you.
No, it's not.
Not you.
That is like me.
That's you being
I think me being
nice and polite and reserved.
Yeah, and I was new to doing this, and I was probably a bit nervous and wasn't myself at all.
You're
better
even
now.
Smiling that.
Yeah, what you see today is me.
Yeah.
With lip fillers.
So I've already prepped this nail. I've dehydrated it and applied the acid primer. You want to check the video for that. Have a look in the description section and you'll check the link out. What we're going to do for this stiletto nail is we're going to use a long form. You want quite a long, exaggerated stiletto.
I wonder what number I
we're
go
going to do
to.
it proper.
How are your
We
nails
don't want
on
no
there?
little itsy bitsy
God, I remember them nails.
stiletto. We want a real big, nice, juicy, long one.
Just, you want a nice, big, juicy, long one.
So make sure
what you
this
just
fits
said?
nice
I
and
just
snug.
said that.
You have.
Close,
What is wrong with me?
slightly overlap.
Oh, I've done that a bit different.
Closing the form all the way
I've
down
overlapped rather than
right
doing that
to-
little crease thing that I did. And I did that a little bit different.
Make sure we're all nice and snug. I'm going to use natural beige.
You use the same powder, haven't you?
Yeah, natural.
Oh my God, natural beige! All the way!
Full length of the nail will be natural beige.
I haven't cut the
I'm
form,
gonna
I've
use
done nothing
Max
to the form, I haven't
Adhesion.
tailored the form whatsoever.
You'll need a pinching tool at the ready.
Oh, guess what? I am still using the
Same
same pinching tool.
Everyone asks about that pinching tool.
Now as you
'cause
look
it's
at
like-
this,
It is from
Colourful.
Neo, but I don't
Called
think they
pinching
sell
form.
this one anymore.
You've
They only
got
sell
to
the silver ones.
So the form actually drops down. So you can see that these lines are going to run nice and straight, which means it's going to run nice and straight out of that side wall. I'm just going to do a bead in this stress area, only a small one.
Oh God, this is
So
totally
give me a bit
different.
of
Completely
support
different.
When I come to pinch the nail.
I've evolved.
I'm going to go.
That's completely different than what you
Yeah.
did. Because you got a large bead, didn't you?
And
Oh my God, I've gone straight to the nail bed.
Yeah.
Press that down. bit, a little tap at the back.
See,
nice
now I'm
and
thinking,
light.
what are you doing? You don't do it like that. No, it's going to set before anything else. Because it's on the natural nail. Casey Mickey, what are you doing?
Gonna bring the product.
The other thing you haven't done is you haven't insulted your model.
Using
No.
the belly of
And
your
she got
'cause I'm
sausage
clearly not being myself.
Would that have been Jay?
I don't know who it was.
I think that was
We're gonna add
Steph.
the length.
I didn't film that, but I'm sure you
no,
told me.
it was Dan's girlfriend at the
Oh,
time.
was it?
Yeah.
Keep your side walls
What
nice
number
and
do they go to?
straight.
It was a bit of a tidier application though.
One last
I've
one.
got to say, the one thing I'll notice is your beads are a little bit wetter these days.
Yeah.
Because I remember editing this video, and
Yeah.
back then you used to have a much drier bead than you do now.
Make sure you keep those sides nice and neat. Okay. Let that set up
What
a
number
little
have I
bit.
gone to?
And then we'll pinch it in to make it nice and slim and narrow here especially. But then we'll pinch it all the way through, right to the tip. So your C-curve will run all the way through the structure of the nail. A little bit of powder on your fingers will stop you from sticking to the nail, so you can test
Well,
pinch
yeah,
it.
it does. It does.
Yeah, he didn't do that this time.
I think I'm just better at pinching and I know exactly when to do it now.
Yeah.
Some tool on there.
Well, you did mention about when it went matte.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit shorter. It
So you
is a
can see
bit
there's a
shorter.
reason that I started in this area first, and I started here and worked my way forward. If I started here and worked my way backwards, this section would still be wet, but this would be dry.
What a load of
There's
rubbish!
no way I can pinch
That's the
this
opposite
end.
of what you've just
That
said.
is a load of
Pinch it
rubbish.
through from the nail, a natural nail, stress area.
See how much
through
more
to the
educated
left.
I am myself
Yeah.
now.
So it
And
just
that's
goes to
the
show
order
you're
that
always
it'll actually
learning, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Would you not say that though, because it would be thicker at
So
the
as I go down here, I can feel
top,
it getting a little bit
like on the
softer, a
actual
little bit
natural nail?
softer.
Well, you saw actually it dried quicker, didn't
Yeah,
it?
well, it's
Yeah, but
complete,
just seen it,
complete
yeah.
opposite of what you said, because you said it'd dry quicker there because of the
Because of the heat, and it
heat.
did.
And it
Because
did.
Because it was still
Pinching
bendy
tool on.
there. Fair enough that the pinching tool isn't going to touch that wet
pinch it,
area.
really pinch
So
it
we,
in.
you know, we could still
Pinch it.
pinch.
Set.
Could still do it like that and pinch that section. So it will work.
Let's have a look at that.
You did your tap still.
Yeah.
Take this form
Not
off
as
now.
narrow though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you haven't filed it yet.
Yeah, but I can tell that's not going to be as narrow.
So just pinch the form.
I wonder if I show the curve.
It's away from the nail.
Oh, my Alexandra
Come down
McQueen
the tip first.
bracelet. I loved that, and it got absolutely
Slide it
trashed because I
away.
wore it for years, and I'd love another one if anybody
Oh,
wants to
I
buy me
remember
one.
you having that. Did you have it for your birthday?
Yeah.
Gonna file
Oh, I
this
didn't cut
side
that
wall
cough out, did I?
straight.
No.
I always do the side walls first,
Yeah, same again.
and this lateral
How
length.
dark your tattoos look?
Get that nice
It's
and
because
straight.
we had them red lights that are absolutely gorgeous. We had them reds. We had different lighting,
Cuticle
but it
area.
was, but it was really hot. It was
Whipping
so
round with the
hot.
file.
Yeah.
It was so it played with
Making
the
sure that
product.
you're angling
Yeah,
the
and you
file.
couldn't do it the same.
And you
You
sweated.
don't need to keep it flat.
Yeah,
isn't
it was
Just
horrific.
Angle it in. And down to the side.
Still do the same filing routine.
Contouring
I do, yeah.
the surface of the nail now. So I'm perfecting it. You still want your apex towards the back third of the nail. You can see us here. Slightly further forward than something with like a square edge, whether it be an edge nail or a square nail or a pipe. Slightly further forward, but still in that back third. Just going to dust that so I can check
Is that the same dusty brush?
Yeah.
all the lines, check that it's curves are all
I
right.
think it might be it's the same style.
All right.
Maybe it's a new one. Don't know.
Nearly
Could be.
there, nearly there.
Yeah, it's definitely fatty. I don't like it. It's too fat.
Mm.
It is way too fat. That's all down to
Buff
that,
it now.
that cutting the form and getting it fit.
Cuticle
So
area first, getting
neat.
nice and flush.
What, you mean it's wider?
No dipping.
Yeah, it's wider.
Sometimes people get a bit of a dip going on here.
oh my god, saying the same thing.
A little bit of dip there. Some people do them really flat. And if they're really flat, they won't last 5 minutes. They need those curves. These stilettos need that curve to make it strong.
I mean, look at that
Now
curve.
sharp point.
That
Feel the
that is
curve
one
all
hell of a
underneath
curve.
there. Let's clean this up.
Sexy sea curve.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to seal this with Mega Gloss Sealer Gel.
Oh my god, Mega Gloss Sealer Gel. Is it like said like the full name?
Work your way forward to the tip. And that can go in the lamp.
I mean, it's
2
still
minutes.
nice. Check out the old packaging and nails.
So that's cured. Going to pop a bit of cuticle oil onto there now. Massage that in. So we'll just recap about the structure again. Nice straight side wall. Apex in the back third.
This is weird watching me.
Nice soft drop down.
I bet you don't watch them back, do
Nice
you?
sharp
Not really, no.
with
Sometimes, but
sea
not
curve.
very
It
often.
just amazes me how much you've changed.
I tend to just send her things that I think she'll want to see.
Right
Yeah.
the tip. And that's your stiletto nail.
Oh, that music.
Oh, the horrible music! Oh my god. Yeah, so it is. So parts are the same, parts are different, but that is definitely slimmer.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I think I've progressed and got a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely sexier.
I think so.
Slimmer.
It's on your
Definitely learned
finger.
Which,
Yeah, of
you've
course,
definitely
yeah.
learned which part sets.
Yeah. I've got better over time. Who's known I've been doing nails for 20 odd years.
You're still learning.
And still learning.
But-
Exactly.
That's it.
There you go, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram. My Snapchat is Kirsty Nails if you want to send me a message on there. Yeah, everything I've used will be in the description box below. Let's see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.